the A.J. Palumbo Center on the campus of Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. These are the finals of the 10th Annual National High School Wrestling Championships. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rob Sherrill. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast. Working alongside Ed Ferraro. And Ed, another record field this year. 749 entries started this tournament 2 days ago. Over 700 entries for the first time. This tournament just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Well, Rob, the beautiful part of the tournament is it gets bigger and it gets better. The quality of wrestler coming in here, along with his credentials, unbelievable, unbelievable. We had, I don't know how many, I believe a half dozen or a dozen four-time state champions, and it just escalated to the point of, you know, these kids are the ones that we see in the NCAAs, and it's just a tremendous, tremendous tournament.
Well, team-wise, we've been looking all weekend at the teams from California, which brought 52 wrestlers to this tournament, and Ohio, which leads all teams with 7 in the finals, and several interesting head-to-heads between those two teams going into the finals. It could be a very interesting finish.
Without a doubt, Rob. We watched a few of them in the preliminary rounds where there was a talk of one of the California kids who has beaten the other one, I believe, 3 times in the past, and in the semifinals of this tournament lost to that kid, which once again just proves the quality of what happens in this tournament.
Okay, well, we're just about set to begin the Parade of Champions, and we'll introduce a third member of our team after that, but let's roll it now, the Parade of All-Americans. The Parade of Champions is about to begin. This is the Parade of All-Americans for the 10th Annual National High School Wrestling Championships. Starting with the 103-pound All-Americans. The top 8 finishers in each weight class are judged high school All-Americans. The 103-pound All-Americans. Once again, these are the finals of the 10th Annual National High School Wrestling Championships from the Palumbo Center in Pittsburgh. Rob Sherrill, Ed Ferraro, and the third member of our broadcast crew, Ken Chertow, bringing you the action in tonight's 14 championship finals. We're awaiting the Parade of All-Americans. 112 wrestlers became All-Americans in this year's tournament. Record field of 749. The first year this tournament has surpassed the 700 mark in total entries. 112 of those 749 can leave here saying, I'm a high school All-American. Some special awards being presented right now.
Yeah, these officials, Rob, have been with the tournament since its inception exactly 10 years ago. It was held at the University of Pittsburgh, and it has progressed off to Palumbo Center. That big round of applause for Freddie Ambrose. Nationally, internationally, and in his own mind, the greatest ever. He is a good man. We have a great field of officials, and once getting back to it, They are honoring 5 officials who have been here since the beginning, and what a great job they've done.
Well, there's no question that to run a tournament of the size of the National High School Wrestling Championships, you can't do it without the help and assistance of a great many people. And, you know, right at the top of the list are the more than 20 officials that have worked this tournament. We now begin the parade of All-Americans, led by the 103-pounders. These are the All-Americans in each of the 14 weight classes in the 10th Annual National High School Wrestling Championships. And what an accomplishment for these young men, Ed.
Each and every one of these student athletes come into this tournament with great credentials, great records. And the beautiful part of this, Rob, is they leave with those same credentials and those same records. This tournament provides them with an opportunity for not only the friendship and the camaraderie, but the competition that they will see not only this weekend, but throughout their college career. You and I have both seen it, we've talked about it, we've experienced what this tournament provides for in the later days of their competitive lives. And I think that is so stand forward of all the elements of this tournament. You know, you just can go on and on about that issue.
Well, as we see the 135-pounders in front of us right now, I think it really is important to mention that last year at this very tournament, 3 young men walked before us prior to the championships of last year's tournament. That those 3 young men became the 3 true freshmen that placed in this year's NCAA championships. 2 of them were at 133 pounds this year. Eric Larkin of Arizona State, who was a champion in this event, finished 4th in the NCAA championships. Aaron Holker, who was 7th at 133 pounds for Brigham Young University, a champion in this event. And Andy Robat of the University of Michigan, who finished 7th at 184 pounds, was 4th in this tournament at 189 last year. So it kind of invites the speculation, Ed. Which of these young men will we be saying that about next year?
I hate to shoot myself in the foot, Rob, but you're right. I don't know if we could ever see anything like that, where they step off of this mat onto the Division I college tour and provide the accomplishments that those kids did. I mean, it's just amazing what this graduating class from this tournament has accomplished in the Division I NCAAs, and that's what I mean by can that ever be duplicated. I think if you go right through the ranks of a lot of the finishers, I'd be real curious to find out how these All-Americans fared as All-Americans in Division I and Division II and Division III college nationals last year.
Well, we did do some research on that, as it turns out, but prior to the finals, and of the 80 Division I All-Americans this year, 36 of them, nearly half, were All-Americans in the National High School Wrestling Championships during their careers. It really is, this tournament really is a stepping stone to success at the NCAA Division I level.
No doubt about it, Rob. No doubt about it. And we've just seen the heavyweights completed. And for some reason, the heavyweights seem to have a little more jazz in their step as they come out than the lighter weights.
Well, I think there's no question that we will see some jazz in the step of the big men we see tonight. They're active young men out there on the mat, and they'll be fun to watch. Coming up, the 103-pound championship match, David Lopez, California, Aaron Hartnell, Montana. We'll be right back. Well, the preliminaries are over. The wrestling is about to begin. Coming up, the first of our 14 championship final matches, matching David Lopez of California and Aaron Hartnell of Montana at 103 pounds. Two wrestlers from west of the Mississippi, well west of the Mississippi, and Aaron Hartnell, the first of two finalists from Montana, and David Lopez, the first of 5 finalists we're going to see tonight from the Golden State of California.
Seems like every tournament time, Rob, there's a new country heard from, and this year Montana has stepped up. We've had Kansas in the past with a tremendous showing in the finals, and just good to see different states represented with big numbers.
There you get a little bit of a look at David Lopez, 2-time state place winner. He attended Valhalla High School in El Cajon, California. Lopez, a resident of Jamul, California. And his opponent in the silver and blue singlet, Aaron Hartnell from Great Falls, Montana. He participated on the Class AA State Championship Great Falls team this year. He's a 2-time state champion, 4-time state place winner. Matt Zeitz whistles it off, and we're ready to go. Red. It's red. Red and green. Red on the left, green on the right. No score as we near a minute here in the first period of the 103-pound championship match, and now David Lopez in with the first good offensive shot, and Hartnell fights it off as they go off the edge. 1:03 left in the first end.
Typical of all finals, great wrestlers coming in, beating the competition they beat to get here, will spar, jockey for inside position, and do the best they can to open the other wrestler up without making a mistake, because they know how costly a mistake will be in the finals or any part of a competition.
Both wrestlers just in the center of the circle, just tying up. Looks like Lopez with that 2-on-1 trying to work something, and Hartnell fights out of that. Coming down to 30 seconds left in the first period of the 103-pound championship match. David Lopez of Jamul, California in the orange singlet, and Aaron Hartnell of Great Falls, Montana in the silver and blue. 15 seconds left in the first period, and a warning against Hartnell issued by Matt Zeitz. Sean Carney, the assistant referee for this match. 8 seconds left in the first period. Still no score.
Lopez, without a doubt, a little bit more of an aggressor.
No score in the first period. Lopez, the initiator, most of the way. And Hartnell defers the choice to start the second period. Lopez will start on the bottom. These are the finals of the 10th Annual National High School Wrestling Championships from the Palumbo Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rob Sherrill, Ed Ferraro, Ken Schertow bringing you the action in these 14 championship matches, as Hartnell on top throws the legs in.
Hartnell, the longer of the two wrestlers, And typically, I mean, just being around it, you can tell that a kid like this getting on top, he's probably a legger and a crabber, and immediately threw the legs in and going up top. Lopez sinking, trying to get that leg up over his head, possibly roll through. We have a stalemate call.
Stalemate called by Matt Zeitz with 1:25 left in the second period. Still no score. Still Lopez on the bottom here in the second period.
As time goes on in the wrestling world, you will see more and more stalemates than you have in the past. The officials and the wrestling community want to see a lot more action, and if you are not improving, they'll call stalemate right away on you.
Lopez with the stand-up, but Hartnell brings him right back down to the mat. He's got the tight waist in there.
So far, neither wrestler has really shown us what he brought here to the finals.
1 minute left here in the second period. Still no score. Hartnell still riding tough on top.
Yeah, to look inside the book, you will see a lot of changes of positions. They're very small changes, but each wrestler knows Lopez just kind of turned into him, head up, turned in, and come up with a 2-point reversal.
2-0 now in favor of David Lopez of California.
That was a product, that 2-point reversal was a product of Hartnell being slightly out of position, not showing anything real dramatic on top as far as trying to turn him, and Lopez took advantage of it. Just head tall, turned in. Now Lopez digging a leg in and getting right up top.
Looking for the power half there. 15 seconds now left to go here in the second period. And Hartnell with the legs in. And as the closing seconds come by, potentially dangerous, whistled by Matt Zeitz. 9 seconds left to go, and they'll get a fresh start.
Lopez had great head position with the legs in. He had that arm directly up over the head.
Final seconds of the second period ticking down here. Inside of 5 now, and Lopez still with the legs in, and we go to the third. 2-0, as you can see, in favor of David Lopez of Jamul, California.
Hartnell taking neutral. That's a little bit surprising to me. Then now let me second guess myself. Maybe he felt something with Lopez on top that he didn't feel comfortable with, and decided, let's go back up on my feet. Let me take my shot. He does a wrap arm. He tries to come up through the middle, and Lopez right now has head trapped down below, looking at a stalemate possibility.
The duck under set up that takedown opportunity by Hartnell, but Lopez able to counter immediately, and they come back to their feet with 1:37 left to go.
Lopez working a Russian continually. Did it the whole first period. Didn't really follow through with it, but must have some type of magic off that. Hartnell, once again, just trying to create some position to initiate some type of takedown.
Lopez never won the state title in California. He was third in the state this year at 103. State runner-up as a junior. Career record of 142 and 28. He was 45 this season, and now a stall warning against Lopez. Each wrestler's been warned once.
I think that's a pretty fair call, Rob. We have a little opportunity here to look at exactly what's going on. Hartnell, okay, a missed headlock. Nothing. Hartnell dropping right down on a single, head outside, getting shoulder deep. Lopez looking like possibly, no, Hartnell's getting height on him.
35 seconds left to go in this situation. Still a scramble as Hartnell now stands up with the double leg, and a nice freestyle counter there by Lopez to get out of trouble. Hartnell still with the leg, and Matt Zeitz whistles a stalemate. 25 seconds now left to go, and the reversal by David Lopez in the second period, still the only scoring in this match.
Nice flurry, real nice.
Ticking down now to 20 seconds left here in the match. Aaron Hartnell needs to score 2 to try and force overtime. Inside of 15 seconds now, and Lopez kind of trying to push him toward the edge. Hartnell's going to have to try and initiate something here down to the 3-second mark, and that's going to do it. And David Lopez attended Valhalla High School in Southern California, never won the state, but he's our first National High School Wrestling Champion of 1999. Second place to Aaron Hartnell of Great Falls, Montana.
Lopez using great position in the closing moments of that match, Rob, getting the underhook, keeping the head in the right spot, not allowing Hartnell to gain any offense.
So the first match at 103 pounds is in the books. All right, while we try to correct that little technical difficulty we have there, we're going to move on to the 112-pound match. And our second finalist from California, wearing the white singlet tonight, is Jose Leon from Santa Ana, California, and he attended Santa Ana High School. His opponent, a two-time state champion from South River, New Jersey, is Tom Noto. Noto will be wearing the maroon singlet in this match. Leon versus Noto right here at 112. And Tom Noto right in on the offense, as he has been this entire tournament. Couldn't score there, but he's taken it to Jose Leon early.
Noto's all arms. He just reached out, initiated a little forward motion. He was in on those legs, Rob.
14 quick seconds of action there as Sean Carney, the official for this match, adjusting the headgear of Jose Leon. Bob Coletta, one of our two co-head officials for this tournament, is the assistant. Tom Noto, a two-time state champion in New Jersey, was the 112-pound champion this year, and he's in on the offense again, and this time he scores. He
has a great mix. My God, he changed levels nicely there. Just come in with a small wrap arm, came up top, just take him right down.
Noto, a wrestler, really, Ed, can score from any position. Really fabulous on his feet. He can throw in the legs and tilt you on top. This is a guy that can really rack up the points.
Okay, not a whole lot of effort holding down Leon from California. Noto, once again, you hit it, Rob. Jesus, right back in on him. Nothing real fancy, just all forward direction, head in and go.
Right underneath to the knee pick, and was able to finish for his second takedown of the match. He now leads 4-1 with 57 seconds left in the first period, and he's really had it going on his feet.
Once again, nothing but forward direction, and God, that's hard to beat. It's hard for you to generate offense when you're constantly warding off the opponent.
Well, Noto apparently has decided, well, I can't be beaten on my feet. I'm not going to get any trouble on the mat. I'm just going to take my chances going for more takedowns here. And once again, he's got Leon backed up against the edge.
Unbelievable. He's immediate. He just doesn't wait. Gets Leon underneath him and just starts crowding him.
34 seconds left in the first period, and Noto with the two takedowns as Leon has decided to go without the headgear. Had a little bit of a distraction with it earlier in the match. He's just going to go without it now, and Noto right in on the offense again, trying to finish the single. Had the double there for a minute and whistled off the edge by Sean Carney. 22 seconds left to go.
Leon showing signs of a champion. I mean, got rid of the headgear, took a good look, crowded him, tried a little high crotch, missed as soon as he come up. Noto all over him again, just reaches out, and as soon as those arms get extended, he's got a leg.
Well, Noto only had 5 matches that went the distance this year. He finished 33-0 this year, 34-0 as we tick down to the last 2 seconds of the first period. 34-0 last year for Tom Noto in winning the 103-pound state title, and he finished his career with 67 straight wins. And 1 period is in the books with Noto, 2 takedowns and a 4-2 lead.
Jose Leon showing a little bit of offense on his own in the end of the first period. Nicely, the last 20 seconds, it was definitely all him. He just started coming in. You know, you get to a degree of frustration, and you just decide to bite the bullet and let's get busy. And that's great to see out of a competitor.
Leon starting the second period on the bottom. And now looks like maybe Noto's going to try a little bit of mat work here. He picks up the leg as Leon stands up. They go off the edge. 1:45 left in the second period. Leon, another California wrestler who did not win the state, third in the state this year. And he's out. And 4-3 now the score with his third escape of the match.
Jose Leon, very compact build, you know, just kind of balls up, come up inside of Tom Noto, and just popped up with a stand-up, cut through and faced him. Rob, maybe you should, since we have a little break, just elaborate on that notion of a California second. California second is quite different from most other states. California is one of the few or maybe only states where when you are a state champion, you walk alone, you walk tall. There is no AA, AAA, 4A. You are the state champion in that weight class. So coming in second is not like a forgotten scene in California. The Californians know who comes in second, third, fourth, and fifth.
And Leon, of course, never even made the finals in California. Finished third this year, seventh last year in the state tournament. As we get down to the 125 mark here in the second period. Noto with the 2 takedowns in the first period, still clinging to that 4-3 lead, and a stall call against Noto as Leon has definitely picked up the pace here.
Tom Noto basically blocking off. That's a good call by Sean Carney. You know, they're looking at the action. If you have one wrestler initiating all the offense, I mean, that's a pretty simple call. 2, 3 times, 4 times in a row, you get the call. But then, as always, a quality wrestler like Noto will come right back at you and score, which he did with a double leg takedown.
Third takedown of the match, and now a 6-3 lead for Tom Noto, the 2-time New Jersey state champion. Under 50 seconds now left in the second period. The second of 14 championship matches as Leon stands up and gets the escape, and looking for the high crotch there, and can't quite finish it as they go off the edge of the mat. 35 seconds left to go. Leon right back to the center right away. That's a good move. That may score a point or two with the official later down the line.
And you know what? It's also good personally. I mean, you need that. But right now, everything becomes equal. I mean, both these kids know moves. They're both in shape. They're both strong. Becomes a lot of mental and a win kind of atmosphere. And by running back to the middle, squaring off with your opponent, you feel a lot better about yourself. And watching your opponent come back slowly, that means a lot mentally. There's a real nice knee pull single, real
sweet. Will he have time to finish
He's going to finish this. He's going. Nice. Tom Noto. Hip checks underneath, just steps leg under to fight that off.
Right at the end of the second period, that situation where Leon had the takedown right on the edge almost, but Noto able to get out and face him, and no points. Now we have some more blood time here for Tom Noto. Of course, the National Federation rule, you're allowed 5 minutes for blood time, and it looks like they'll do some repair to his upper lip there. We're between the second and third period here in the 112-pound match. The third period about to start. The third period about to start here in the 112-pound. The 112-pound championship now looks like our mics are live again. 6 seconds gone, and Noto gets the escape. It's 7-4. Now Noto working with the underhook on the right side. He had no problems generating offense in the first period, but now looks like Leon has figured him out a little bit as they go back to the center. And now Leon a little bit on the offensive. In on the leg shot again, but Noto fights it off.
Jose Leon has gone to school these first 2 periods. He has adjusted to poor position. And Tom Noto, who did a great job with the 3 takedowns early in the go, Jose Leon has found a way to circumvent that, and now he's trying to generate his own offense, warding off Noto's offense.
A minute 15 left here in the match, the 112-pound championship match. Now 112 as they go back to the center. And Leon with the underhook, trying to dive underneath for the leg again, and he hits it again, and he scores. It's 7-6.
7-7. We got a stall call. We got a
stall call against Noto and the takedown by Leon, and it's a 7-7 match, and he's right back in it. 52 seconds left to go, and the escape given to Noto, the intentional escape, Noto back in the lead at 8-7. Now, maybe not. Trying to decide whether the escape was given now. We do know there are 52 seconds left, and that is the escape. They're starting on their feet. And let's see if Noto can get back into an offensive mode here. 40 seconds left to go, and now Noto has gone back forward. He gets the leg. Leon gets out of bounds. Noto can't bring him in, and Sean Carney calls them out. 31 seconds left to go, and Noto still clinging to that 8-7 lead.
That's a good call. He had 1 leg. You got to have 2 for the 2.
Well, Noto sure looked strong here the early part of this match, but Leon has really taken away from him. Now again, diving in on that right leg, that left leg of Noto. That's been his shot pretty much the whole match. Noto able to fight it off and get out of bounds with 18 seconds left to go. Down to 15 seconds now, and Leon trying to get the takedown.
Nice sucker drag. Oh, God.
Under 10 seconds left to go.
Look at this. A knee tap right to his back.
And
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Persistence. Persistence. That's all that was. He wore him down. He went one way. He went another way. He sucker dragged out. He recovered. He knee tapped, took him right to his back. Unbelievable.
What a rally by Jose Leon here. The takedown in the last 10 seconds left on that sucker drag, and a 9-8 win, actually 12-8 when you throw in the 3 back points that he was awarded in addition. And let's now throw it to Ken Chertow, who's with our champion, Jose Leon.
Are we on? Awesome comeback, Jose. Way to go, man. Congratulations. What were you thinking there when you fell behind early?
I wasn't going to give up. If it wasn't too hard for this would have been changed for all you.
All right. Good job. Congratulations. Good job, Jose.
Okay, Kenny, thank you very much. And boy, Ed, we've just seen 2 California wrestlers who never won the state just beat 2 opponents who were 2-time state champions themselves. And boy, that's just indicative of the depth that California brought to these National High School Wrestling Championships.
If I was a betting man, Rob, which naturally I am not, watching the beginning of this match, I thought it was going to get lopsided early. Once again, Jose Leon went to school, stayed poised, and just hung in there, start warding off the offense, and just completed a beautiful, beautiful job for the win.
Well, now we're going to see the second of 2 Montana finalists here in the 119-pound championship match. That's Joe Malia, a 3-time state champion from Billings, Montana, and Skyview High School. His opponent in the red singlet, 4-time state place winner, Tristan Boyd of Lima, Ohio, Lima Central Catholic High School. Bob Coletta, one of our head officials for this tournament, is the head official. Sam Crivellaro is our assistant. Joe Malia in the blue singlet. Tristan Boyd, twice runner-up, twice 3rd in Ohio's Division III in the red. Boyd came down 2 weight classes for this tournament. He was the state runner-up at 130 this year. Here he is in the National High School Finals at 119. And the double leg shot by Malia, the first good offensive chance, but the whizzer thrown in by Tristan Boyd. He fights it off. They bring him back to the center. 1:13 left in the first.
Malia with a real nice shot. Made a typical mistake, and he split himself. You know, it's hard to teach a kid to stay in there, stay in on that single, you know, keep your head in, and do what you got to do to get him to the mat. It's very, very natural to split. Nice drag.
And Tristan Boyd just about spun behind on that drag for the takedown, but Malia able to scramble out of that for no points. Inside of 45 seconds left in the first period, still no score. And now the duck under attempt by Tristan Boyd, his second good shot of this match. Malia looking for the crotch lift counter, still no points. Still nothing, 25 seconds left to go, and now Malia trying to scoot and get behind for some points. Very close to a takedown here.
That's a matter of overpowering right there, Rob. He cut double, was in great position,
and the takedown given.
Just got stepped over.
4 seconds left to go in the first period.
He just kept crowding and crowding right to a little step over for the two.
4 seconds left in the first period, and Joe Malia looking to ride out these first 4 seconds, and a nice roll attempt by Boyd, and he gets the loss of control for the 1-point escape.
How long is 4 seconds, Rob? My God, I mean, that's terrific.
Well, Tristan Boyd made it seem like an eternity that time, and he's on the board. It's 2-1. Malia still in the lead, and maybe a little bit of a indication to Malia what Boyd might try coming off the second period here as he begins on the bottom.
You can never get too comfortable, and a lot of times with a little time like 4 seconds to go, it's exactly what happens.
They go off the edge 11 seconds into the second period. Joe Malia trying to bring a state National High School Wrestling Championships title back home to Billings, Montana. He was a 3-time Class AA champion for Skyview High School, and in fact, his twin brother Ty also wrestled in this weight class at 119. Ty didn't place, but he won 2 state titles in Montana, so between the Malia brothers, they brought home 5 state championships.
A lot of fun at their dinner tables, huh?
Still 2-1. Malia working hard on top with the crossbody ride. Under 1:20 left in the second period. And the reversal for Tristan Boyd. He takes his first lead of the match. It's 3-2.
Boyd bought time there. He just stayed balled up, stayed crowded underneath. No one feeling the legs in, just kept trying to take the knee or the ankle, just throw it over his back, and eventually did just that.
Boyd riding really high, trying to, with the post the hand through the crotch. He's got the half Nelson in on the right side, trying to work Malia right now. Now Malia stands up, and Boyd brings him right back down. But the Peterson by Malia gets him 2 points, and he's back in the lead. 30 seconds left to go here in the second period. Now Boyd trying for the switch and the re-reversal. Nothing yet, but
neutral.
Apparently 1 point for the loss of control. They're all dead even at 4.
Not enough for the 2, but definitely 1 there. Bob Colletta making a good call.
20 seconds left here in the second period. 4-4 score, and the third period ought to be really interesting.
That's twice Boyd took advantage of situations where Malia just kind of relaxed. He relaxed on the edge there, got scored upon, and we saw it a little bit early on this match.
Final seconds of the second period ticking down, and anybody's match go into the third. Interesting, Ed, you know, the 119-pound weight class was one we were really looking to for some excitement. We had 20 multi-time state champions at 119 going into this tournament, and certainly looked like a candidate for the Outstanding Wrestler Award. And Joe Malia definitely was one of the wrestlers we were looking at to get this far, as Boyd gives him the intentional escape. 5-4, Joe Malia back on top. But Tristan Boyd, non-champion in Ohio, certainly came through a very tough bracket to get himself here to the final. Just shows you, as long as you're in that bracket, you have a chance.
Tournaments like this, once again, I know I said it earlier, but everything just about becomes equal. The quality of wrestler, I mean, you're in shape, you're strong, you know the moves. The mental aspect of this game, it just surfaces more and more about who wants it that weekend, that night. And I bet you if we wrestle this tournament in this weight class next week, we may see 2 different finalists, maybe the same 2, but that's the quality in here.
1 minute 15 seconds left here in the third period. The escape at the start of the third period, the difference in a 5-4 match. Joe Malia of Billings, Montana, the 3-time Montana State champion, out in front. Under a minute to go now, and let's see what unfolds here.
There's 2.
2 points for Tristan Boyd, and now he's back out in front. Little bit of a scramble there, winds up with Boyd on top.
Well, Malia, we went hunting bear, and when you go hunting bear, you got to come home with it. Boyd just, you know, Malia tried to throw, and Boyd settled his hips in and stuck him there for a second.
45 seconds left to go. Boyd doesn't want anything with Malia on the mat, so he lets him go at 6-6. And once again, we're right back into that situation where one takedown may win it under 35 seconds to go.
Tristan Boyd, real nice positions. Oh, Malia, that's sweet.
There is the headlock, but didn't post properly, and Boyd rolls him through.
Now, Coletta, that was 2 takedown.
And we'll have to see what was awarded for that.
Look at this, and Boyd coming around. Boyd's in control. I'm getting lost.
And once again, the Peterson by Malia.
And where are they here?
2 points for Malia on the reversal. And apparently no points for the headlock. We'll just have to see.
Can we run that back?
Boy, we're still set when they're still sorting this out at the head table.
Wow.
Boy, what a great headlock by Joe Malia. Sure looked like some points, but Boyd on the almost immediate roll through got out of trouble. Now, and the takedown by Boyd and the Peterson by Malia to tie the score. At least that's what we think has happened to this point. But no, it looks like Malia did get 2 for the takedown. They're putting up 2 more points for him on the board right now.
I think that would reflect Rob at 2-2.
We're just going to have to see what happens.
Exactly.
Still sorting this out. And apparently 10-8 is the final. 2-2 on the reversal for Joe Malia, and he is the winner, 10-8. Here in the 119-pound championship match, the match we thought was toughest going in. Now let's throw it to Ken Chertow as he is with our champion, Joe Malia.
Joe, you hit a great headlock when the money was on the line. Were you looking for that move out there?
I don't know, just spur of the moment move, I guess.
Spur of the moment, you didn't have that weight in your back pocket to hit in the spur of the moment?
No, I haven't used it yet this year.
Way to go, that's a sign of a champion. You hit the move when it counted, congratulations. Now back to Rob and Sandy.
Okay, Ken, thank you very much. 3 matches in the books. And boy, what a match we have coming up here at 125 pounds, Ed. 7 state championships between these 2 wrestlers. And we're going to see in the red and white singlet, undefeated in his high school career, Zach Roberson from Overland Park, Kansas, the 4-time Class 6A state champion at Blue Valley Northwest High School, 153-0 in his career. And he's going against a 3-time state champion, 4-time place winner from Ohio, Jeff Ratliff. What a match we should have here at 125 pounds, Ed.
Wow. Sometimes you can't get an entire area, region with that many state titles, let alone 2 wrestlers in any part of the country.
Well, we've had 2 champions in the first 2 weights here as they go off the edge. With no state titles in California, the champion at this weight most certainly will be a very decorated man in his own state.
Neither wrestler will obviously be intimidated, comfortable in all positions, and probably nothing but offense.
Zach Roberson in the red, 4-time state champion. Jeff Ratliff in the black, 3-time state champion. We'll see what gives here as Zach Roberson goes for a deep double leg from a little bit far away as they go out of bounds. 1:21 left in the first period.
I give these 2 another 20 seconds to feel each other out. They're not going to wait too long. They have too much success behind them.
Ratliff with a little bit of a dive underneath to his left side. Nothing there. 1:10 left here in the first period. Still no score. And nearly a spin behind there by Roberson, but they were both out of bounds. No points. 1:06 left to go here in the first period. Sam Crivellaro, our head official for this match. Tony Phillips is the assistant. The 125-pound championship match here in the 10th annual National High School Wrestling Championships. And another throw-by attempt by Zach Roberson doesn't connect. 49 seconds left to go in the first. There you get a good look at Zach Roberson as we begin action. And a dive underneath and nearly spun around down there by Roberson. And he is awarded the takedown. 2-0 as Roberson gets on the board first.
Both officials discussing.
The takedown holds. And Roberson goes to the bottom position. 42 seconds left in the first period. He'll try to get an escape. Roberson brings him right back down. Boy, have we ever seen Roberson be very, very tough on the mat in this tournament. He has really piled up the points. Really only one tough match for Roberson in this tournament against Scott Moore of Pennsylvania in the round of 16. He did it overtime to win that match. He took Moore down to his back in the overtime. And a nice reversal there by Ratliff. He ties the score as we tick down beyond 10 seconds left in the first period.
Roberson just dropped his hips, and that's all it takes. He got his hips a little bit below Ratliff and just came right around. Kind of like an old switch, but effective enough to make it a 2-2 score.
Roberson not able to get out there, and it is 2-2 as we go to the second period. Ratliff defers his choice, and Roberson, as we would expect, would take the bottom position. Start of the second period.
There's an unusual set on the bottom. That's a throwback. He must have an older father. Both legs folded under, seated back. Usually kind of a sit-back position, but decided to stand up, and now he's cut.
Kind of trying to keep Ratliff from taking the ankle there, and Ratliff lets him go anyway. 15 seconds into the second period, and Roberson back on top 3-2 as Ratliff apparently got a poke in the eye there. We'll see now. He will take some injury time as Sam Crivellaro checks him out, and that'll do it.
Possibility of a contact in there? Yeah.
Yeah, might be a contact forced out of place, and we'll see if they try to put that back in. Apparently they will. So that also counts against the injury time. And that stops the injury time.
Takes the second one out.
Now he takes the other one out.
Little balance.
And they start on their feet. 1:41 left to go here in the second period.
Both wrestlers similar styles. Ratliff with a real nice low single. Turns the corner. He's got all he needs down below. He's got to pull that up. He's got to jab him back or run him it over.
Trying to, he still has that swing single attempt, trying to finish, and a nice dump finish right there.
Nice, real nice.
Went right up the ladder to the high crotch and was able to finish.
Roberson kept him split perfectly, just like in the books, as long as he possibly could, and then Ratliff just finished that, like you said, just by japping him back.
Yeah, maybe a little. Minute 15 left here in the second period, and now Roberson has hit the reversal, and he's back out in front. Boy, this is a real back-and-forth match.
Nothing fancy there. And once again, another glorified switch, just to come around and get two.
5-4 now the lead for Zach Roberson from Kansas. We really haven't seen a lot of the work on top that he's known for. Now maybe we'll see some here. Minute 8 left here in the second.
He's really, really digging for those tilts. I mean, you can see the deep, tight waist, and you know, you have a quality wrestler. It's kind of tough. Now he's fished it out. A little bit of head lever. He's used a little bit of science. He's got the near knee in, and you'll watch him now. He's trying to run an arm bar. Nice changes, and off the mat. I mean, that's as good as you'll see. That's good positioning.
Trying to just rip that arm bar to the left side, and a nice stand up and run out by Ratliff to avoid getting turned. 46 seconds left in the second period, and they get the fresh start here.
My God, he takes that arm. I think he wraps it around 2-3 times the way he goes left to right there. That's tight. That's tight. You talk to Ratliff right now, and he'll be talking soprano.
Both these wrestlers, as you would imagine, with their outstanding records, signed college scholarships back in November. Roberson will be going to Iowa State University to continue his wrestling career, while Ratliff will stay home and go to Ohio State, one of 4 wrestlers the Buckeyes signed in November. Still working on top here with Roberson. Boy, he has a lot of leverage, Ed. He can see why he's so tough on top.
He's also got great changes to change with pressure in and not jeopardize the possibility of turning the wrestler. That's quality. That's difficult. Yes, you can see why he is where he is. There's no doubt about that, Rob.
Well, 2 periods are in the books, and we're about ready to start period number 3. And Roberson on top, Ratliff trying for the escape, which would make this a brand new match. And Roberson trying to rip that arm bar again, but once again Ratliff stands up, gets out of it. Roberson still working on the top as they go out of bounds. A minute 42 left in this 125-pound championship match.
When times get a little tough and things get going, you will see their, as Kenny Scherzo mentioned, their back pocket moves, and it's obvious that pulling that arm bar out and quickly running it up over the head is one of Roberson's favorites. He showed it quite a few times here in the latter part of the second and beginning part of the third, and that's what he's fishing for. Maybe he feels something that we can't see, and that's a big part of wrestling, is the feel.
Well, you know, it really, Roberson really has taken command of this match late. You can see that sort of conditioning at work now. Now Ratliff having a little bit harder time getting up to his base.
I think you had there Mr. Crivellaro mentioning about doing something on the bottom, and there was a helpless look up like, what do you want me to do? I can't do a whole lot. He's got them both for stalling.
Double stall warning here. And that ought to make the last minute 9 seconds interesting. And the crowd not really liking that call very much, as you can hear.
Well, you have Roberson loading up, trying to go different directions, and Ratliff, you know, just shifting hips and getting body right. You know, I don't know. It's difficult. I don't think I'd want the stripes on right now.
So effortless the way Roberson brought Ratliff back down there. Under a minute left to go, and still trying to load up a tilt is Roberson. Still got that tight waist in, working the left side again now. Under 45 seconds left to go. Be interesting to see whether Sam Crivellaro wants a little more action. And here,
and he's got a low leg.
Out. rolls out of it, and he gets the reversal. And with 33 seconds left to go, it is once again Ratliff in the lead.
Now, we saw earlier how long 4 seconds is. 33 seconds is about a month away with two wrestlers of this capability.
Well, you would think there was no way that Ratliff, especially with a stall warning on him, is going to be able to ride Roberson out these last 33 seconds. And the question will be, what does Roberson go for? Will he go for the 2 points or for the 1? But Ratliff is working hard on top here as we get down to 20 seconds left in the final period. 18 seconds left to go, and Ratliff out to the side. Roberson trying something, trying anything to get back on the board. And now 8 seconds left to go, and it looks like Ratliff is going to hang on. How about this?
Wow. Wow. He duplicated what he felt for the last 2 minutes plus on top. He made changes. He kept pressure in. He took those 33 seconds and owned them.
Well, let's throw it to Ken Schertow right now with a very happy Jeff Ratliff.
Congratulations, Jeff. Great job, great job. Hey, what were you looking for in the bottom there the last period?
I was trying to get my hips out, maybe Granby I was just trying to get my stand-up working. He was breaking me down, and I just kept trying to go to a switch or a Granby trying to get out of there.
Did an excellent job finding a way to win. You're a machine on your feet throughout the tournament. You ended up winning on bottom and top in the third period. Congratulations.
Okay, Ken, thank you very much. And that was some match there, Ed. A lot of action there in the third period. And boy, some great work on top by Jeff Ratliff to put that one away.
For people not to know, and I don't think anybody watching this broadcast is not to know, when you're on the bottom and you're fighting off those tight waist tilts, marathon runners may not go through the anguish that you are as far as fatigue goes. You burn up a lot of calories fighting that off.
Well, very interesting matchup we have here at 130 pounds. Two wrestlers who are national prep champions this year. In the green and silver, Joe Clark from the Westminster School in Atlanta, Georgia. Not only a national prep champ this year and voted the outstanding wrestler in the national prep championships, but also a three-time Georgia state champion in the Class 2A. He'll be going against, in the dark blue singlet with the gold, Foley Dowd from the Petty School in Hightstown, New Jersey. Dowd, a resident of Howell, New Jersey, over there near the Jersey Shore. And he a two-time national prep champion. Clark, the 130-pound prep champion. Dowd, the 135-pound national prep champion. This should be quite a match. And Foley Dowd with the first good offensive shot and a nice counter by Clark to avoid giving up points, grabbing that ankle and trying to roll through. No points yet.
What Joe Clark is doing is what I witnessed a lot of in the NCAAs. I witnessed great initial takedowns and guys just diving back into either the crotch or the ankles and either stalemating or actually taking the guy up over the top, scooting with the legs in and getting two, as Joe Clark just showed.
And Tony Phillips giving 2 points to Joe Clark here. He has the 2-0 lead off that scramble here early. Fred Ambrose, our other co-head official, is the assistant. 1:10 left here in the first, and a nice flurry to start things off.
That's a double-edged knife. When you take that deep shot, you're finishing, everything's looking beautiful, and in your mind, you're there. And next thing you know, you have somebody diving in your crotch, and you're still feeling good about yourself. And then about 15 seconds later, you were taken down. That hurts.
Dowd starting again on the bottom. 1:04 left here in the first period. And Joe Clark in the green and silver from the Westminster School in Atlanta, one of 2 Georgia finalists we'll be seeing in this tournament, working tough on top with that tight waist and a 2-0 lead. Under 50 seconds left to go, 48 to be exact, as they go off the edge, and Tony Phillips will bring him back for a fresh start.
Joe Clark, nothing fancy on top, basically pulling out a one-on-one in crotch and keeping Foley Dowd's head on the mat. When your head's on the mat, it's very, very difficult to generate offense, and that's always a theme of a lot of wrestlers and coaches. Nice cut through for one.
Dowd gets the escape. It's 2-1 as they go off the edge. 37 seconds left here in the first period. Dowd able to spin around and face Clark for the loss of control. 30 seconds left to go here in the first period, and Clark again in on the legs of Foley Dowd, trying to finish that double, and he does.
Joe Clark has deceptional speed. I mean, you know, he's playing, he's standing in front of you. Next thing he knows, he just drops the bottom out. He lowers his level, he takes off, and he's turning the corner on you before you reacted.
So early on here, as we tick down the final 10 seconds of the first period, 9 left to go, as Tony Phillips brings him back for a fresh start, and Joe Clark with 2 takedowns here, the 130-pound national prep champ, out in front of the 135-pound national prep champ here early. Dowd tries to stand up. Clark brings him right back down. Under 5 seconds left to go here in the first period, and Joe Clark of the Westminster School in Atlanta will take a 4-1 lead into period number 2. The choice goes to Dowd. He defers, and Clark will take the bottom position to start the second period. Already 2 championships won by Joe Clark here this year, as Dowd lets him up for the escape.
Now
5-1. The state championship in Georgia, the national prep championship. He's trying to make it 3 here in a very short space of time, but a nice drag and spin behind by Foley Dowd gets him his first takedown of the match. He lets Clark go for the escape. It's 5-3. No, apparently not. No escape given yet, but Foley Dowd has indicated the optional start, and he'll give one here. 6-3 now the score. And now in on the single for Foley Dowd. And that same nice little roll to the ankle. Sort of a Brands roll, I guess you'd say.
Yeah,
and,
the Waller roll, Brands roll, we got a lot of them out there. Once again, characteristic of some new ideas that are happening in today's wrestling.
Unbelievable the defense you see from these wrestlers. You know, 20 years ago, that shot would have scored.
Scored and scored and scored again. You'd win national titles with that shot.
Under 1:20 left here in the second period, and another leg shot by Foley Dowd. Nothing yet, but now Dowd does have the 2, says Tony Phillips, and it's 6-5.
It's a matter of the establishment of the position, and although you do have that little bit of ankle and things are looking like, gee, maybe I shouldn't get, that's nice right there.
Oh, look at this right here.
Right to a shot. Split to 2.
Nothing yet, but very close to a loss of control, and now the reversal given by Tony Phillips. 8-5, and as Joe Clark regains his 3-point lead. He's shown an ability, Ed, to score for more positions in this match than Foley Dowd has so far.
Left, right, underneath, defense, offense.
39 seconds left here in the second period. And Clark back on top, back up by 3. As Dowd with the stand-up, Clark again brings him back down. 30 seconds left to go.
30 seconds to go. This is where Dowd is going to have to score. He's got to, if he can cut through here and get 1, it's very important to walk away each period on top, it's referred to as, where you scored before that period ends. That means a lot.
21 seconds left here in the second period, and Joe Clark has been very, very tough on top for the most part in this match.
Absolutely.
The 130-pound championship match of the 10th annual National High School Wrestling Championships. Again, Foley Dowd stands up. Again, Joe Clark brings him back down as we tick under 10 seconds.
You know, it's something.
And a stall warning by Tony Phillips against Joe Clark.
A lot of movement.
8 seconds left here in the second period. And a false start called against Foley Dowd. They'll try it again.
It's funny to watch, not funny, but it's really a pleasure to watch Joe Clark or any good wrestler make adjustments as the match goes on. Foley Dowd balled up earlier, just blew out on a short inside stand-up, cut through, scored 1. Clark makes the adjustment, hugs hips, sinks down, no more stand-up.
1 period left to go, and Foley Dowd with the choice. His coach is telling him maybe to take neutral, but Dowd is going to try and get the point for the escape, and we'll see how Joe Clark handles this.
I'll go with the neutral call. I agree with the coaches. Joe Clark is getting a little bit stronger and feel a little more comfortable about himself on top.
He's been very tough on top this entire match, even though he was warned for stalling near the end of the second period. And Dowd wasn't able to get out there in the first 9 seconds of the third. And now we have a caution against Clark. Each wrestler with 1 now.
Yeah, he kind of sank into his set a little bit and did a little pull.
Once again, Dowd tries the stand-up. And once again, he's unsuccessful at gaining the escape as Clark again brings him back down.
Maybe Foley Dowd is going to make them real nice. Real
there
nice.
It is.
Sweet.
Setting
oh, my
up.
God. And he's pulling him in. He's pulling him in. He's strong enough. He's got position.
Now he's getting a count.
Did he get a 1 or 2 count there?
He did get a 2 count, and Foley Dowd is going to take his first lead of the match. He was able to get that hand and the high crotch trap and get the reversal for 2 and 2. You would have to think with the 9-8, minute 21 left here in the match, you would have to think that Dowd will probably release him right here and try and work again on the feet, but it's going to be a brand new match.
I'm going to give up on the thinking end of this match already, Rob. I would have had him neutral earlier, and naturally I was wrong.
Dowd does give the optional start indication, and he does let him go. Brand new match, 9-9. Dowd in again on that single on the left side. You could see how strong he is. He just, didn't look like he had a grip at all and was able to move Clark around.
Foley Dowd has refocused. And there goes Clark with a nice high crotch. Finish to a double, fishing for a head.
How about that? Boy, you thought, just when you thought Dowd was back into this match, Clark really got in deep on that high crotch, and he leads 11-9, a minute 3 left to go.
You talk about conditioning and everything it takes when you're shooting your takedowns. I mean, he went high crotch, cut double, and immediately fished for the head. Forget about the score. He was still head hunting.
And Dowd with the whizzer trying to work for a loss of control there, but off the edge, and 56 seconds left to go now. Clark has regained the lead with that nice high crotch takedown, 11-9, and again he brings Dowd back to the mat pretty easily. Working underneath the arms there as they come off the edge. 49 seconds left to go.
If this was a horse race, we'd all be on our feet right now chanting in the champion. My God. You think you have it down and then it just turns around on you.
What will Foley Dowd be able to give us in these final 49 seconds? Clark breaks him back down right away. Now Dowd does stand up for the escape. It's 11-10.
Oh, he bull rushed right into a single, and there goes Clark back with his funk.
Clark
back is trying to step in the legs. We got 2. He's got legs in.
Dowd with the legs in. It's 11-10, 12-11, 25 seconds left, and now Dowd trying to ride it out. We'll have to see what happens.
Okay.
And stalemate called by Tony Phillips. 17 seconds left to go. We could be in for one heck of a finish.
I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, Foley Dowd even attempted to ride Joe Clark at all this match. I think he cut him every time. Now forced to ride a little bit. Let's see what he's got.
With the stand up. Under 15 seconds left to go. Dowd hanging on the legs.
This could be ugly.
Nope. Tony Phillips doesn't like that. He gives the stall penalty, and now it's tied. You can see right away that Dowd did not attempt to work up past the knees, and Tony Phillips said right away, well, now, that's right, it is only a warning. That's the first warning on Dowd. We'll see now if Clark can get free here in 9 seconds.
Attempted Granby.
Doesn't work that time.
Reacting, has the arm in. Another Granby.
And nothing there. And Foley Dowd comes from behind to win 12-11 with, again, some great riding off the last takedown.
Wow, is that worth the price of admission? My God.
Losing practically the whole way in the match, Foley Dowd is the 130-pound high school champion, and here's Ken Chertow with him now.
Congratulations, Foley. You're down 8-5 heading into the third period. Coaches wanted you on your feet. You chose bottom. What was going through your head then?
I knew at one point it would be important later in the match, and I knew I had to win it on my feet, so I was a little nervous because I wasn't completely dominant on my feet, so I figured I'd need that on bottom.
You got it down. You caught up. You're 15 seconds ago. You had to ride him out. What were you looking for on top there?
Well, I knew he was good with rolls and everything, so I wanted to try and control his legs and, you know, just make sure I didn't have it and then just let it go at the end.
Great job. That was an awesome match. Some wild scrambling out there. Congratulations.
Okay, Ken, thank you very much. We go now to 135 pounds. The 6th of our 14 matches here in the National High School Wrestling Championships finals. And in the red singlet, you will see 3-time Ohio State champion Clark Forward from Archbold, Ohio. One of the second of 4 wrestlers from Ohio's Division III, the small schools in the finals here tonight. He'll be facing Jody Jurisic from Blair Academy, Blairstown, New Jersey, the national prep champion at 140. Fred Ambrose, co-head official of these championships, is the head official for this match. Ray Southland is the assistant.
Foley Dowd is going to be, he just mentioned he's going to be giving a coaches clinic for all coaches who don't know what they're doing immediately following his championships.
And I'm sure they'll be looking forward to that. Clark Forward with the underhook there. Jurisic trying to reach through for the leg, but the underhook usually stops the single, so that hasn't been successful so far. 30 minutes into this match, no score. Quite a record for Clark Forward, who will be attending the University of Michigan next year. 164-2 in his high school career, 4-time state finalist. He won the final 110 matches of his high school career, and the final 92 of those, he did not allow an offensive point. Quite a record.
Wow, that's amazing.
Jody Jurisic, 3-time national prep finalist, finally broke through and won the championship this year at 140 pounds. Kind of what you would call a grinder in this business, Ed. But very smart, great position, and you know with Blair Academy's schedule, he's got loads of big match experience.
Absolutely. Jeff Buxton, I mean, you know, he's a machine there, what he produces. He gets the kids, and then he makes them what they are, and then it's a tribute to that program.
Forward looks like he's going to try and wear Jurisic down with those underhooks. He's forced him to the edge of the mat a couple of times already. 28 seconds left in the first, still no score.
I think Freddie Ambrose was just discussing that with him about backing out.
Wants to make him stay in the center. Now Forward with that front headlock, trying to spin behind or throw by. Now they're back to their feet. 10 seconds left here in the first. Definitely a feeling out period for both these wrestlers.
Yeah, some take a little bit, some take the whole period, and obviously both these wrestlers not comfortable with what the other one's showing. Some good hand fighting, that's another thing. I mean, you know, to put a microscope on there and watch each and every detail, it's quite interesting.
Jurisic will start the second period on the bottom, trying to score the first point or points of the match. And forward has indicated the optional start. And the escape given 1-0 in favor of Jurisic. Now forward again, working for those underhooks. Looking for a little, again, for that little throw by, spin behind. He's got Jurisic's head forced down into the mat, and now Jurisic able to stand up.
He's using quite a few options when he's in that front head and arm. He's going knee tap, then he's coming back up to underhook, back to knee tap, pulling him off his base, trying to open him up. Jurisic just seems to be pretty comfortable just about anywhere. Once again, I mean, we really don't know. We haven't seen a whole lot of offense out of either wrestler.
Almost looking like he was trying to lock up a bear hug there at the end of the last sequence. Minute 25 left here in the second period, and Jurisic with the only point of the match on the intentional escape given up by forward at the start of this second period. The 135-pound championship match. And forward spins behind for the takedown, 2-1, and the escape given 2-2.
Forward definitely showing his like for the front head and arm. I mean, he takes that thing, takes the chin, takes the elbow, runs it in the opposite direction. That puts tremendous pressure on the head. He could be an old schooler where, you know, you just continually beat on the head, keep the head on the mat. Eventually, you could just do little spin behinds, knee taps. Everything he's trying to incorporate will start to work, but he's got a start point.
A little adjustment, little blood time here for Jurisic. 2-2 the score. The finals of the 10th annual National High School Wrestling Championships coming your way from the Palumbo Center in Pittsburgh on the campus of Duquesne University. Rob Sherrill, Ed Ferraro, Ken Chertow bringing you the action here as we get a fresh start. Halfway through the match now, and 2-2 the score. Clark forward with the second period takedown here, and to get himself back in the match. And once again, going to the underhooks, trying to outmuscle Jurisic here.
Clark forward taking advantage of his body build, coming in. He can crowd, he can go into double unders, you know, come up to some upper body Greco kind of stuff, and also can afford to, you know, get the head under, pull him down, and just executed right now somewhat of a high crotch, pulls out. Jurisic just gaming with him. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Maybe just buying enough time to wait for his moments.
30 seconds left in the second period, and that strategy by forward proved effective as he was warned for stalling just a few seconds back by Fred Ambrose. So forward has worked his game plan very well here. 10 seconds left here in the second period. Forward again with the front headlock and spins behind for his second takedown of the period.
The way he is taking that is, once again, you know, another textbook term, but it is. He's taking that baby, he's got the chin, he's just pulling it the opposite direction, and he's quick enough, it just spins behind.
Once again, forward not going to give Jurisic an opportunity to work what he does, which is on top on the mat. He takes the neutral position for the third period, obviously feeling very confident on his feet at this point.
Yeah. I mean, if he could have a smile on his face, I think he would right now. He knows that he doesn't want to be on the bottom. Jurisic is real tough on top. And the way he's been gaming, you know, using his Russians right here, great head position, you know, stance the whole time. He's feeling good. He's feeling good.
Once again, some treatment to the nose of Jurisic here. Will be a little more blood time. 4-2 the score in our 135-pound championship match in favor of Clark Ford, the three-time Division III Ohio State champion from Archbold, Ohio. His father, Chuck Forward, is also his high school coach at Archbold.
Rob, you mentioned about the point thing. Were there any points, I mean, as far as giving up points with forward? in this tournament itself? Is that included, or is that the end of it?
It's not. The 92 that I mentioned was through his high school, actual state high school career. I don't know if, I honestly don't know if he's given up any in this tournament. I would be surprised if he had. And looks like we're ready to go back to action here. Minute 33 left here in the third period.
Jurisic, I mean, you know, bouncing around, not that that means a whole lot, but he's looking like, you know, okay, now it's my turn here, let's go.
Now he's, you know, Clark Ford's been very physical. Now Jurisic trying to be a little physical here, but Ford able to hold him off. Jurisic with the underhook on the left side trying to work a Russian, but Ford holds that off. A minute 10 left to go as they go off the edge. Jurisic looks like he's in pretty good shape, but boy, Ford has really been beating on him for 5 minutes, and really a physical edge here.
He got a big pop there, a real big pop.
And,
oh yeah, we got a lot of blood.
And some more blood time for Jurisic here as we trickle under a minute here left in the match. Of course, the National High School Championships, Ed, run by the National High School Coaches Association, and certainly a group that's really come to the forefront in terms of service to the high school coach, not only in wrestling but in a lot of other sports as well over the years.
Yes, they've experienced tremendous growing pains. They've moved along to all the major sports, and now have recently included insurance policies. And I mean, you know, as a wrestling coach myself, you know, to join the association and get the publications and stay current with all the local wrestling, and then just as a little coin to walk away with, you have this insurance that covers you for the entire year. It's a great association to belong to.
Really an evolution in the mission of the association over the last few years to being a vehicle for hosting a great event like the National High School Wrestling Championships, to really becoming a full-service organization for the coach. And that's, you know, that's something that's really developed here. It's really, you're really getting to the point where you're seeing some professional development take place.
Absolutely, Rob. I mean, a lot of associations, you know, you join the association and you get your membership card and some publications. This one here comes with packages. It's a very complete, and it is for the coaches. You put it best, and you know that's what it's all about.
Well, very quickly, running down the team scores here in this tournament, California, with the team title salted away, 251 points at this point, compared to second place Ohio with 217. Other teams over the century mark in scoring: New Jersey with 148.5, New York with 132, Oklahoma with 127.5, and Kansas with 105. But all 48 states scored in this year's tournament, Ed, and that's a first.
That's great. I know last year we mentioned about how Hawaii and Alaska being in it. I think they were represented by maybe 2 from one state and 1 from the other. Those numbers have increased also, haven't they, Rob, to just, you know, somewhere around a dozen from one and maybe 7 from the other. I think it's just whisper down the hall. The kids go back home, they talk about the competition, they talk about the relationships that they have attained, and just the whole atmosphere of it all. I mean, back at the hotels, watching these kids interact with each other, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, there's no question that with all the situations, as we get down to around a minute for Jurisic's blood time, that all the opportunities that kids have to compete, the National High School Wrestling Championships, the National Open High School Wrestling Championships, all the great events in other venues. These kids know each other a lot better now than they used to, and the opportunity for outreaches are there that, you know, never existed before. And now Jurisic coming in with the front headlock. He's trying to score, but nice spin behind move there by Forward. Can he score with it? No. Jurisic does get out of bounds, and they come back to the center. 44 seconds left to go. 4-2 still the score in favor of Clark Forward of Ohio, trying to become the first national, actually the second national high school wrestling champion from Ohio, trying to join Jeff Ratliff, the 125-pound champion. 25 seconds left to go, and Forward can't score on that spin behind move, but he really has dominated this match from a physical standpoint.
Yeah, he's, without a doubt, has been off Forward direction.
10 seconds left to go, and a stall warning against Forward here as they go off the edge. 8 seconds left in the match, and a 4-2 lead still for Clark Forward of Ohio. 2 second period takedowns have been the difference for Forward. 2 escapes, all that Jody Jurisic could manage, and that is going to do it. 2 national champions now for Ohio, as Clark Forward, by a score of 4-2, is the 135-pound national high school wrestling champion. Second place to Jody Jurisic of New Jersey and Blair Academy. Let's take it now to Ken Chertow. He's here with Clark Forward, our 135-pound champion.
Congratulations, Clark. Hard-fought battle out there. You're a 3-time state champion. You dominated everybody in Ohio this year. Has this been something you've been shooting for over the course of the season or your career?
Yeah, ever since I was a junior high and I saw like Sonny Marchetti and Joe Haskett and those guys out here, you know, those guys, some of them get knocked off, some of them winning it. I always thought, man, it'd be good to be in the category with those guys. Feels great.
Team Ohio's having a great performance. You feel good about leading the team?
Yeah, it's great. I feel great to be from Ohio. You know, we have a lot of pride and stuff, and, you know, we're keeping it up this year, and hopefully we can get California.
Hey, good luck. Ohio does a great job every year. Congratulations.
Okay, Kenny, thank you very much.
California fans have a little bit to say about that, Rob.
Once from Ohio, always from Ohio, right?
I guess so.
Well, Ohio will finish a strong second in this tournament, but it's nice to dream. Okay, going back to the 7th of our 14 matches here, and this will be a head-to-head match between our 2 principal states. In the black singlet, you'll see Max Odom, 2-time California state champion from Bakersfield, California, Foothill High School. He'll be going against another 3-time state champion from Ohio, Ty Morgan from Wayne High School in Huber Heights. That's our 140-pound championship match here in the National High School Wrestling Championships, about to come underway. 6 matches are in the books. 2 champions for California, 2 champions for Ohio. One of those states will take the lead in this match.
No pressure there, huh?
We'll remind you that after this match at 140 pounds, we'll be taking a brief break as we present the awards for the first 7 weight classes. And after that, we'll be rejoining you for the 145-pound championship match, and we'll take you the rest of the way from there. Ty Morgan will be wearing the red singlet for this match, and Max Odom will be in the black. These wrestlers did meet once already this year in the finals of the Reno Tournament of Champions just before Christmas. Odom was the winner in that match, so Morgan looking for a little bit of revenge. And
Morgan with an ankle front head, just kind of coming around with it.
No points yet.
Wait on the hands.
2 points.
There it is.
2 points given by Roy Phyllis. He's our head official for this match. Dino White is our assistant.
Good call by Roy. He came behind. He had all the weight on his hands. That constitutes 2-point takedown.
And Ty Morgan, as we saw Clark Forward do, doesn't want anything to do with Max Odom on the mat, where he's very tough. He's going to keep this match on his feet wherever possible. 2-1 the score after Morgan gives up the escape. 1:20 left in the first period. There you get a good look at Ty Morgan. 4-time state place winner in Ohio, a 2-time Division II state champion. He transferred to Wayne High School in Huber Heights this year and added a Division I state title to his collection.
Yeah, you get bored with one, you move right along in Ohio. I like that.
So he can now say he was a Division I state champion and Division II state champion twice. Also third in the state as a sophomore. Max Odom, a two-time state champion in California, which, as you can imagine, with the depth in that state and only one class, a very difficult thing to achieve.
Odom showing his first offense there, kind of a long way away on that single attempt.
And trying to limp arm out, spin behind. No success. They go off the edge with 32 seconds left to go in the first period. There you see the clock with one of our tournament sponsors, Bouttronics. This tournament also sponsored by ASICS, Priority Mortgage Group, New York Life, and by Dollar Mats. Thank you, Ed. Dollar the mat that these championships are being wrestled on, the official mat of the National High School Wrestling Championships. And we thank our 5 tournament sponsors for their support throughout these 3 days of outstanding competition. Back to live action, inside 30 seconds left in the first period. Still 2-1, the lead for Ty Morgan of Ohio, as he pushes Odom off the edge with 24 seconds left to go.
Ty Morgan, just kind of working inside control, working angles, real busy on his feet. Max Odom, longer of the two. I'm sure we're going to find him fishing with those long arms. He's going to try to get inside, and he can just basically drop the bottom out and possibly catch knee pulls and high crotches.
Morgan, part of a great senior class this year in Ohio, as we tick down the final couple of seconds here in the first period, and he'll take a 2-1 lead to the second. Odom with the choice, defers. And he'll take a little bit of blood time as they plug up the nose there. Morgan, another wrestler who signed a college scholarship in November. He'll be going to Central Michigan University, a school which really has made great strides at the NCAA level the last 2 years, Ed. 5th in the nation last year, 7th in the nation this year, and they're a program that's going places, and Ty Morgan will be part of that ride for the next 4 or 5 years.
It's good to see that the bigger teams kind of not take a back seat, but be challenged. It gets boring to see the Iowas and the Oklahomas continually dominating the country. You even see the Ivy Leagues, the Harvards and the Penns stepping up these days. It's good. It's good for the sport. It's good for the spectators, and good for the kids. Gives them more of a complete atmosphere for their choice of their lives.
Well, we now have a chance to see what Odom, who's a very tough mat wrestler, could do on the top, and he's ridden Morgan for the first 34 seconds here of the second period. First 24 seconds, I should say. And they're back in the center for a fresh start. And Morgan nearly out, but Odom brings him right back down.
Here you see Odom, real long arms. He gets a tight waist on you. It's basically wrapped around you twice, and he's going bottom shoulder. And with that, now he's working a spiral. I mean, this is very typical, very indicative of a kid with that type of body build with good pressures. I'm sure that's what got him here, and you use what got you here. You don't change up at this level.
Minute 15 left in the second period, and already 45 seconds that Odom has broken down Morgan on top.
Okay, Morgan with a sit-back look to him is in his stance. Okay, tries to inside stand, stays inside, stays balled up, right inside to him. High crotch to a take. Actually a reversal.
Nice move off the bottom there by Morgan, and looks like he'll try something there. Try to work Odom a little bit. Odom looking to get back on top. He's really not looking for the escape, more for the reversal as they go off the edge with 59 seconds now left in the second period. A little bit over halfway through this match, and now Morgan does give the optional start. He'll just let Odom go at this point. 4-2 now the score.
Morgan right away gets busy, gets down that stance, just starts crowding him at angles, going for inside control, controlling ties. Nice, real nice.
To the takedown and the reversal, the points for Ty Morgan so far, the 3-time state champion from Ohio. 2 escapes, all that's been able to be scored by Max Odom, the 2-time California state champion. He's going to have to step up his offense a little bit here as we head into the final 30 seconds of the second period.
Max Odom, you know, he's just it looks like that kind of wrestler, very calculated. Okay, he knows the score's 4-2, 20 seconds, second period. Where am I? What am I doing? I know where I'm going. You know, wouldn't be the first time I was wrong, as you know, Rob, but he just seems like he's not having a, he didn't hit the panic button at all right now. Yeah, it has been kind of one-sided, but we're okay. We got a whole period to go here. Nice.
Under 10 seconds left to go here in the second. Will Morgan have enough time to finish that swing single? No, he doesn't, as Odom holds him off, and we go to the third period.
Ty Morgan, little bit of an underhook, sung him a lullaby, put him to sleep for a split second, right down to that nice single leg wrap arm, as you said. Almost completed it for a 2-point takedown. We're still in a 4-2 match.
Once again, Max Odom getting the blood time attention here for a bloody nose. There you get a nice look at Ty Morgan. He's ahead 4-2 and looking pretty strong on his feet right now.
Absolutely, and we haven't had an opportunity to watch Odom work his magic top and bottom.
Now, Morgan with the choice, Odom with the choice as he goes to the third period. He'll take the bottom position, and Morgan once again showing the optional start. And the third escape for Odom. It's 4-3 as we start the third period.
Nice, real nice. Wasn't that far away shot we saw the first period.
The sweep single by Odom. Can he finish it? Yes, he does, and this is his first lead of the match.
He incorporated just dropping low levels and quickness.
Little bit of explosiveness there by Max Odom as he got underneath to that single leg.
Well, he's letting us all know how he won that California title, Rob, right now.
Now it'll be interesting to see how much he can break down Morgan a little further on top. This is exactly the situation Max Odom wanted to be in. Odom with him, but Morgan with the stand-up, and right away he's out. It's 5-5.
Ty Morgan just stays head tight and balled up and just keeps crowding. Odom, real sweet once again. My God, you're right. He's starting to explode.
That snap and that drag, and he almost finished that on the edge, and now Odom is coming on strong, and Morgan looks like he's on the ropes a little bit.
Max Odom just exactly right. Just little head snap, that head comes down. There's a small window. The head will come up a little bit, and he's just dropping levels and taking off. Great shots. Quick twitch.
Looks like a little maybe headbutt occurred there, and now Morgan getting attention to his nose here, and the blood time clock moving for him.
That'd be a nice little research. Just take a look at all the wrestlers as they came through this tournament. Check the eyes, the nose, a lot of bumps and bruises. I spoke to the presiding doctor who's from Lewisburg, and he mentioned during this tournament he was on ear number 12, Kenny. 12 ears he drained while he was here. You stay away from him. He's got that needle moving.
I'll keep a distance.
And that's a fact. He has drained, last I talked to him, 12 years while he was here, and he's attended beautifully to all the wrestlers during these competitions. He's been mat side, not tiring. He's a great wrestling fan, and you know, one of the unsung heroes, as you mentioned earlier in the tournament, Rob.
Medical staff, trainers, cleanup people, right hand in hand with the officials as people you couldn't run this this national high school wrestling championships without.
You know, it's tough being a family member of these types of people. They bring their kids, their wives. If the dog could do something, I'm sure the dog would be here. And that's also what helps make the tournament run smoothly, is the love of the sport, the passion for the competition. And, you know, you just can't say enough about the people that they're here because they want to be, and they want to be around this.
Still working on the nose of Ty Morgan. 5-5 here with 1:26 left to go in regulation time. Say regulation time, we haven't had an overtime match yet, Ed, but the way this is going, that could be where we're headed.
Now let's talk wrestling psychology. Here we come back, it's all going my way, and we have a big break. Now what happens?
We'll see if Odom will be able to maintain the momentum he's built here, as it looks like haven't quite got it all. Well, now they just kind of need to wipe down a little bit.
It's like a football game. I mean, you know, the time's almost run out, and you're going to kick that field goal. You have timeouts left. Each team calls another timeout to throw the other team off. I mean, it doesn't actually happen that way, but what goes through these wrestlers' minds at this point, you know, Odom is just, he was on a comeback trail. He's feeling good about himself. Morgan's regrouping, and let's see what happens.
Very important, 1:25 left to go here in regulation time. 5-5 the score, and once again, Morgan in on the leg attack. I'm sorry, Odom in on the leg attack. And he tried a shuck by there. That also didn't work as they go off the edge. 1:08 left to go.
There's a difference, Max Odom out there right now. I mean, he's very focused on what has been working for him. You can see a lot more intent with his stance, with his stalk. He's not as lazy with ties. He's got a lot more direction than he had in the first two periods. Ty Morgan, I can't picture him being the type to just kind of wait things out and go for the final takedown, not with all the offense he's exhibited. It's going to be interesting.
45 seconds left to go here in regulation time. And still 5-5 as they go off the edge. 39 seconds to go as Roy Phillips brings them back for a fresh start. What'll happen here in the final 35? Odom again in on the leg attack, and they go off the edge. 33 seconds left to go.
A little bit far away on that leg shot, and he lost a little bit of the zip he had a couple shots ago.
Well, the shots that Odom worked, he was able to get in close and tight in there on those shots, and now Morgan is doing a better job of holding him off.
Morgan
19 seconds left to go.
Going back to the underhooks, back to the doubles.
And now Odom, the one needing the blood time. Looks like there'll be blood time for both of them at this point.
A lot of times what happens here is a mistake. You have a few seconds to go. Both wrestlers very competent, very, very comfortable in what they've been doing sparring-wise. Somebody has a head down, somebody crosses out of their stance a little bit, bang, you have a takedown, you have a loss.
Odom's back in the circle. Now Ty Morgan is making his entrance, and the final 19 seconds are about to explode.
There it is. That low, deep shot, covered double, cut double for the two.
Well, once again, Odom got in deep on that shot, just like he did earlier in this period, and he has a 7-5 lead, now 9 seconds left to go, and can he hold him off?
Shot out of a gun on that shot.
9 seconds to go. 7-5 the score in favor of Max Odom, and now he's going to show the optional start, but he's going to hold on. Odom with the stand-up, Morgan with the stand-up. Odom lets him go, but that's going to be it.
Wow. That was nice. Both wrestlers. Big applause for both wrestlers.
Odom won their match at the Reno Tournament Champions. He wins again here by a score of 7-6. He's the National High School Wrestling Champion at 140. And here's Ken Chertow with a very happy Max Odom.
Max, congratulations. That was a wild match with a lot of blood time in there. How were you able to keep your focus in the final minute there?
I don't really know. I just wanted to keep him off my legs and everything, and I thought I did a rather good job.
You did. You got stronger as the match went on. He got a takedown earlier, and then over here on the edge, you got a big takedown. What went through your mind right there?
Well, it takes me a while to figure people out, and I finally figured him out.
I guess you figured him out. Good job. Congratulations.